This right here is why we have a winter storm warning. It's been snow, it's been ice pellets, it's been freezing rain, and we're getting some ice accretion here on some of the trees in East York and heavy enough to break off some of these branches. So we're going to keep an eye on these trees. And then you factor the wind gusting upwards of 80 to 85 kilometers per hour coming in off Lake Ontario and some spots into southwestern Ontario as high as 90 kilometers per hour. So it could be a recipe for some more power outages. What we are going to do is keep that winter storm warning in place for another few hours, and temperatures, they're going to drop back below the freezing mark. So what we have in store is strong winds continuing tonight and still dealing with a bit of precipitation, although we're getting into a bit of a gap. There's still a few wet snowflakes falling here at this point, but you'll see the west end of the GTA starting to dry out, snow continuing through Oshawa, Scarborough, and into the northern portions of Durham region. Just keeping an eye on the splash zone here with the trucks driving by. We're at 1 degree for Toronto Island, meanwhile 0 out at Pearson Airport. But still that colder air is locked in for Newmarket, Stouffville, Markham, Whitby sitting at -2. We may see a little bump in temperatures before we cool things right back down. So anything that's going to be wet or looks wet tomorrow morning as far as the surface is concerned, it's likely going to be frozen as temperatures will drop to about -4, and then we'll get into that colder air throughout most of the afternoon. So right now there's still that mix of precipitation types, and we have seen them all during the day today. Just to get better acquainted with what's happening is when you have cold air that goes all the way to the ground, the snowflakes stay as snow, but when you start to work some warmer air into the top parts of the atmosphere, you melt that snow a little bit, but then there's still enough cold air to freeze it back up. That's when you get ice pellets. And then when that warm air column expands and it's still cold at the surface, you get freezing rain. And when temperatures warm up all the way right to the ground, you get plain old rain. And again, we have seen everything, and we're going to see still a bit more of that snow continuing for the next couple of hours. Another round of flurries during the day tomorrow. The commutes, they're going to be challenging. I am expecting some delays into the morning, and with that freezing rain addition to what we've seen over the last couple of hours, have slowed things down for the first few hours of the commute while crews are still trying to clean things up. We're looking at -1 for a daytime high tomorrow early, and then temperatures falling. We have another messy system on Friday. At this point, it is looking like it is going to be mostly rain, a couple of snowflakes mixing in, and then as we head into the Family Day weekend, we're looking at those temperatures that are going to be dropping off again. So all of this slush and slop is going to have to get either chipped away and cleared off, because we're not going to warm up enough until maybe Friday in order to get everything cleared up. We do have a set of plows rolling through right now on Dundas, and they're just pushing a lot of this slush out there, and they're throwing down a bunch of salt. But if you notice back in behind it, there's still some of that slush that's going to be on the road, and as temperatures drop off, hopefully that salt doesn't get all the way washed off with it, and it'll make it so that that surface is drivable as we head through the morning commute. Breakfast Television will have you covered for that morning drive starting at 5:30 right here on City TV.